everyone. So this is the first video that's going to go into more detail about what happened at Fan Expo Philly. So before I go into this particular situation and example, I want you all to sort of keep in mind something that I've brought up in previous videos, and it's this theory that companies, whether that's a convention company, an amusement park, what have you, or what I just had in my other video about the handicap spot, is that other things are being prioritized over the actual needs and health and safety of the disability community. So when we're thinking about a convention, it's, this idea that they are prioritizing the feelings of the people who are willing to spend more money to, for example, jump the line in an autograph area, which again, I've said in previous videos, disabled people are not asking to jump the line. They're just asking for a way to safely experience the autograph area if they cannot wait in line for whatever reason their condition is giving. So with that in mind, there is something that happened at Fan Expo Philly that doesn't really align with that sort of situation, and that is the removal of the Zen Den. So the Zen Den is essentially what Fan Expo calls their sensory room. And a sensory room, which is something that we've seen pop up in museums, zoos, other conventions, it is usually a room that is kept quieter, the lights are dimmed, there's activities to sort of decompress, like clay or coloring books, things to do with your hands. These rooms are very helpful for people who are getting overstimulated. So they're often used by people with autism, other developmental diseases and conditions, and maybe someone with agoraphobia or a panic disorder. So this isn't really something that like other people would be paying extra to use. It is a room that is available essentially to everybody. And listen, even if you don't have a developmental disorder, autism, or a panic disorder, these Comic-Cons can be very overwhelming and overstimulating, and everybody can use that room to sort of decompress and calm down. In previous years, it was already an issue because the location of this room was put the furthest away from everything. So imagine you're someone who's in the middle of, let's say, a panic attack or an episode, and you're having to walk through that entire crowd, get around everything to get to that room. That's ridiculous. Well, this year, we wanted to make sure we knew where that room was. We got there early on the Friday before everything had started open, and we were asking, where this room was. And basically, through the conversation from several different staff members and people working there, we discovered they got rid of the room this year. They told us to use this other room just because with the type of programming that was there, it would essentially be the quietest room available, but it wouldn't always be available. And essentially it was the room that was being used for the pre-judging for the cosplay contest. So all of Saturday, it was closed and you couldn't get into it anyway. And as I said, last year it was in the furthest room possible, and that's where this one was as well. And I went to go check it out Saturday so that I could report back to the company and to walk to this room that they were telling us to sort of use as a replacement. All of these cosplay contests were going on in the hallway. So it was extremely loud, very difficult to move through. So again, you were someone who is having like an episode or a panic attack or whatever, you need to get to this room and you have to walk through all of that, which again, the room didn't even exist. They got rid of the room this year. Now, I will say everybody that we talked to, whether that was other attendees or, Fan Expo staff, they were very angry on our behalf. And some of them that we talked to, we ran into again on Sunday, said they were escalating the situation because they were not happy that the Zen Den was removed this year. But my main point is why? Why was this room moved? Well, I mean, not moved, just taken out. There's no reason, there's no excuse. Again, let's go back to this theory. Oh, they don't want to accommodate or like provide these quote unquote perks for the accessibility and disability community because it's upsetting VIP people who want to pay more or are willing to pay more. Okay, well, even if that was true, what does the sensory room have to do with that? Right? So it just is a matter of like they don't care about this community, they don't care about attendees health like and safety. It just you know, I didn't want to stereotype, but so one of the workers was like, not to stereotype, but a lot of people at these conventions could use a room like that. And again, this room isn't something that is just for people with a developmental disorder or a panic disorder or whatever. Even if you have none of those things and you just want some peace and quiet, because conventions are a lot. They're overstimulating, they're a lot. So anyway, that was something that happened this year. If you're someone who likes those sensory rooms, needs those sensory rooms, or you know someone who does, please make sure you're talking to the local conventions that you're going to. Make sure that this is something that's offered. And if it's not, push for it. If it's something like in Fan Expo Philly that was offered in the past and now taken away, fight them. Let your thoughts be heard. We need people talking about this because it's not okay. More to come. Thanks for listening. Bye.